Hi, my name's Nick, and I'm a survivor of child abuse.
You see, growing up, I thought child abuse was uncommon and would never happen in my town.
But it isn't that common.
Well, I honestly thought that too. I thought I was the only one. This hasn't happened to anyone else.
But why wouldn't you tell anyone?
I've thought about this for years, and the more people I met online, and the more stories I heard, the more I realized I'm not alone. There are many people just like me.
Many children face abuse and are afraid to speak up because they think they are alone, or their parents know about it and hide it out of embarrassment for their family and normalization within the home. When no one speaks up, abusers can keep on abusing and are never held accountable.
My initial response was to just carry on, to have said nothing to anybody, to have consulted with my friend, but not to speak up very much.
Actually, about 1 in 7 children in the past year alone have experienced child abuse. That is 1 out of 4 women and 1 in 6 men who are abused before the age of 18. This doesn't even account for all of the children that are afraid to speak up. But certainly not my child. Only strangers would do that. Yes, your children too. In 2015, 91.6% of child abuse victims were abused by one or both of their parents. And 90% of child abuse victims, the abuse is at the hand of a parent, a neighbor, other family, or even daycare workers. But people lie all the time about being abused. Actually, studies show that only 2 to 10% of abuse cases are false accusations.
Children who've experienced chronic early maltreatment, their stress response system is always activated. And the stress response system is focused on survival. So these early experiences keep the child's survival brain constantly activated and the learning brain not so much.
The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services says that the immediate emotional effects of abuse serve lifelong consequences, such as low self-esteem, depression, anxiety, PTSD, and an increased risk of getting addicted to alcohol or using drugs. But wait, if that happened to my child, they would tell me. Not really, because most survivors face shame and are afraid to speak up, even to their own parents, and that breaks my heart, especially if the abuser is another parent.
The backbone of the investigation, the church's own records, documenting, prosecutors say, the systematic cover-up.
Above all else, they protected their institution at all costs.
So even if you don't see the abuse, that doesn't mean it's not happening. So the next time you walk into a room, count 6 people, and one of those people is probably a survivor of abuse.
We cannot make changes overnight, but we can stop shaming people that face abuse. We can start listening and believing people speaking up. We also need to seek understanding why abuse is occurring so we can stop the issue at its core. So please share this video with anybody you might think this may benefit from this.